like to thank our teachers the most. From the beginning, we were a pretty rough class, always talking and flinging things across the room and breaking pencils on top of our heads. But surprisingly, our teachers whipped us right into shape. And you all helped build our character and shape who we are today. There were some days we really didn't like you, but there were some days that you were our favorite teachers ever, because you would push the test back another day, or would let us play Kahoot for a little bit of our class. I can say though, you were some of the greatest teachers we could get. We appreciate all the work that you put in for us, and we know that you can help so many more kids like you helped us. But let's touch on all of our teachers. Let's start off with Miss K and work our way down. Mrs. K was the best. She was always there to talk, and she was the best math teacher anyone could ask for. The one time I think all of us will remember, though, is when you told us you were going to have Gavin. You were so excited that we sat in math class talking about our old baby memories for the whole entire class. Best class ever. Or the time you told us Gavin was going to be a girl. Don't worry, we'll let Gavin know when he's a little older that we all thought he was going to be a girl and a dancer. Guess the doctors got that one wrong. But to be serious, Miss K, you've done so much for our class, and I think we're all very grateful that you got to be our math teacher for the first couple years of our education. Let's move on to Mr. Peters. Oh, that was a fun class. We got to burn stuff and drink Kool-Aid, but there was much more to Mr. Peters' class than just fun. Mr. Peters taught us how to be problem solvers, how to have a good work ethic, and how to stay persistent. If there's anything we learned, it was those three things. You had to be a hard worker to keep up in his class. Mr. Peters had a lot going on, and he still does, but he's getting the hang of it now. You would never know what kind of mood he was going to be in, but we all know how to get him sidetracked. It was pretty easy. You would just start talking about something, or ask a question off the study guide. Mr. Peters, we're going to miss your study guides and you playing Taylor Swift before we come into the classroom. TTFN, and yes, I looked it up, and now we all know the meaning. And then there was Mrs. Naruto. Okay, let's be real, Miss Merritt. Anytime I would go into the computer, I typed Naruto, so I guess that's your nickname now. You taught us so many things, and we've had a lot of good memories. On behalf of my class, I'm so sorry for all the talking we did in your class. Looking back on it, we talked a lot. All the fun stuff we did in your class, the games, the vocab picture sentencing, it was really fun. And we made the last class of the day worth it every day. And we all secretly know you were your favorite class. But I think we would all agree that one thing you taught us was, it's not Miss, it's Mrs. I'm very sorry we didn't get that a long time ago. I think I got it now, though. I hope that we gave you a little fun when we were around. We also want to thank our elementary teachers. There are a lot of you, and you all had a big role in how we turned out too. We appreciate all that you did for us, and although we don't remember all that well now, we know you have made a big difference on us, and we will remember you for that. Thank you to Mr. Ames and Mrs. Golly for teaching us how to read music and sing our hearts out and play instruments. Some of us did not want to be there, but when we were, you made it fun for us, and I think looking back on it, we're all very grateful for the opportunity to learn about music. We all don't know what we would do if Mr. M wasn't there to tell us that we had to do the pacer. You've done so much for us. We want to thank you for always being a good role model and being someone we all could look up to. Even if there were 2 inches of snow and you would still wear shorts. We appreciate all that you've done for us. Miss Miller, thank you for every art class you've put up with us. From singing It's Like a Rainbow to sitting in the kiln room for 3 hours in that scary lockdown while we were crying. But you made it through. We have been through a lot with you, but you have always stuck around for us and been there through the ups and downs. We are getting to the end here, but I think we need to thank our parents. I know they don't classify as teachers, but in a way they do. They've taught us a lot. Maybe it wasn't in middle school, but outside of school, you definitely played a big role in our middle school time. From coming home with our report card in hand, or detention, or bills for books we lost, you guys never quit, and we want to thank you for everything you've done for us and our class. From playdates to sleepovers to class parties, all of you were there to help our class out, so thank you so much from all of us. And last but not least, Dr. Pollock. Dr. Pollock, our class has been through a lot. now I think at least some of us realize that you kind of knocked us back into shape. And I think we all owe you a thank you for that, because you have helped us become who we are today because of the strong expectations you had of us. As 8th graders, we were role models of the school this year, and I hope we fulfilled your wishes on that. Although we didn't get all the rules and expectations at the time, you made them clear. I hope we all keep that with us when we go to high school. So Dr. Pollack, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Once again, we want to thank all our teachers for the hard work they have put in with our time being at Reed. We will all miss you, and yes, we all secretly know that we were your favorite class, beginning to end. Thank you. And now, here's Lily Narayanan to lead us in the staff appreciation.